Before I started, I would like to say thank you all for coming today, and hopefully we will have a chance to work together in the near future. Thank you very much. 2.0 version of exhibition and sales center for import food in China. Actually, 2 weeks ago, there was another name, which is the first and the biggest professional platform for import food in China. And the reason why I changed it is because our topic today is an easy way to help you all develop in China market. So I better find another way to explain in details and also an easy way you can understand. That's the general figures about the economic broad way. Basically, China, well, everybody knows that this is the world's second largest importer in the world. GDP per capita, $6,629 US. That was end of 2013, and I'm pretty sure it's going up now. Secondly, over 130 million of consumers for import food in China. And the growth rate for import food is 20% on average every year. And it is estimated that China will gain market share of 480 billion of imported food by the year of 2018. So how to enter and develop this giant market? Now, this project started like 2010, or more specifically 2011. So as you can see, we spent 3 years to develop in this project. And we've done a lot of marketing research and talked to professional associations, food industry companies, organizations to discover, to find out more information about import food business in China. And apparently there are a lot of issues and problems that we have to face in reality. For example, choosing the right products for China market, that's very important. Shelf life, as you may know, some of the product has only a few months shelf life, maximum 2 years. Well, wine is not a story. Advertising marketing campaign, yes, absolutely. You have to do this to let more and more Chinese people know about your product, your brand. High cost distribution process. Well, you may have some question about this high cost distribution process. Well, basically, the traditional way to do the business in China is foreign companies find a Chinese importer, right? You do business with Chinese importer, and that's actually the easiest way. And then the master distributor, the importer, sell the product to the regional distributor. And then the regional distributor either sell directly to end user or wholesale to another city distributor. So this is the reason why I said high cost. It means when the Chinese end user see your product, the retail price will be extremely high. Low efficiency custom clearance, well, a lot of people know that. Yes, it takes a long time, and the process was so complicated for custom clearance in China. And it's not just happening in Italian food, it happens all over the world. US, Australia, Spain, so it's the same. The traditional way, like I mentioned in China, doing business is basically dealing with a Chinese company, right? And the feedback we receive from a lot of foreign companies basically is, once they disconnect with a Chinese importer, they pretty much lose the whole market because they have no idea what's going on the other side. Everything was handled, operated by the Chinese importer. Well, it doesn't mean it happened to all the companies, but at least some of them, it did happen to them. When the importer was gone or vanished for some reason, they just lost the market. And they have to find a new one to start it, but probably not a new brand. So this is why we are here, China Import Food More, a new way to approach the Chinese market. So we respect the traditional way you do the business. So if some of a company wants to carry on this business model, it's absolutely fine. In the meantime, our platform gives you the opportunity to meeting with the end user and more small distributors directly. So you know what's really going on the other side, whether people like your product, whether people like your packaging, so you know all the information yourself. Direct connection with Chinese distributor and the user, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so CIFM, which is China Import Food More, yes, invested and developed by P&T Hong Kong Group. and it's a professional import food platform for global food suppliers to display, promote, and sell their product within China market. CIFM provides excellent supporting facilities which include food events, trade market, e-commerce, tourism shopping, storage and warehouse, logistic, retail, and wholesale distribution system. Now I have to say that our clients are not 100% from overseas, not foreign companies only. I would say 50 or 60% of clients are Chinese companies. So basically it means when we open, all the foreign companies already have a chance to talk to the Chinese importers and distributors. And this is the main relationship about the whole project, and so who's behind this and who's we working with. P&T, Hong Kong Group Limited, is an investor. Operator, China Import Food Mall Limited. And as you can see, these little icons here, those are the main cooperation partners we have right now. And you may know some of them like CR and Costco's China Ocean Shipping Co. Limited. And also Sun TV, that's the biggest television TV group in Asia area. CIQ, yes, they will set up a branch office in our place to help with the custom clearance. And the little one here in the middle is called the Greenland. That's one of the top 10 real estate companies in China. So they work closely with us with the China Import Food Mall Western side in Chongqing. COFCO, I can say this is the biggest company in China for the food industry, but they're not only dealing with import food, but also domestic as well. However, they can help us a lot, not more than selling, not only selling, but also the other channels or solutions to the custom clearance. Because it is not like everybody can import meat or milk product from overseas, but they can. And they can help distributors or even exporters to handle it with these kind of inquiries. A little bit more information about P&T. So P&T basically means port and trade. And this is an investing group focusing on port logistics, commercial real estate, environmental technology, engineering, and the trade circulation industry. P&T Group is mainly focusing on becoming the biggest regional port logistics investor in China and pursues the balance between economic development and environment projection. Now, another thing is I haven't shown in this presentation is right now we've got 5 ports in China, and the fixed assets of each port is 2 billion RMB. So we own 5 ports at the moment. That's our main business. This is the general strategy about China Import Food Mall. Co-relationship among 4 sides. So when we talk about China Import Food Mall, we're not talking about one particular place. We're actually talking about 4. And that's the reason why we can say it covers whole China region. And at the moment, the eastern side and the western side are under construction. So they are developing at the same time. And the north and the south, we are in the middle of selecting the site. City storage and logistics center, that's the second step we're going to follow that. Storage and logistics is mainly focused on supporting with the e-commerce. Well, some of you may hear that e-commerce is very, very amazing in China at the moment. Like Alibaba was just go to the stock market in the US last month. Yes, e-commerce is very, very important in China, and we will not ignore this. So the logistics in the warehouse center will help a lot with the delivery system. So if you have lots of distribution warehouse center, that's the only one that can help you support with e-commerce. Thousands of chain convenience stores. Those chain convenience stores will be owned by us, and it will be located in the residential area to match with the business model. We call it in China is online to offline. So people can order from online, and they can also pick up from the chain convenience store or go to the chain convenience to buy directly. And as of now, we have about 63 chain convenience stores already open, and another over 40 stores is going to be open in the near future. And the annual growth, monthly growth rate is like 20 new stores every month because it's a franchising model, so it's developing very fast. And those chain convenience stores are selling 100% import food only. E-commerce, there was a little bit of confusion about step 4. In fact, we've already started. So we will not wait until we open. And we've already started developing the e-commerce. So apart from the basic function, which is B2C, people can buy from online, it also covers B2B, which is the new function with the e-commerce. Because right now in China, is people either do B2C only or B2B only, but we will cover both two channels. And in the bottom, you will see that it's some description about how and where we will set up those facilities. For example, like China Import Food Mall, as I mentioned, we will have 4. And China Import Food Mall will be located in the region which it has the population between 50 million and 100 million. Like the western one was in Chongqing, eastern one was in Zhejiang province. And the scale is 100,000 square meters. The city storage and logistics center was based in the second tier city, in the population between 5 million and 10 million. And the most important thing about this is the location and the transportation. Scale, 10,000 square meters, enough to do the storage and distribution. Chain convenience store, well, we do have a store set up in Shanghai, but it's in a suburb area, like the city, like we say countryside. It's not located in the center because the second and third tier cities have really strong consumption power. And I can tell you that every Chinese importer knows this. It's just that they're too busy to develop these areas. We will do that. So the chain convenience stores are mainly located in an area which has over 500,000 population or 1 million population. The location advantage. So the eastern side, which is in Haining, Zhejiang province, the population around the whole area, including Shanghai, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and Anhui, that's about 119 million. That's the population. GDP in that area, 1.63 trillion US dollar. Well, obviously you can see that this is the richest part in China, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that. Guangzhou, that's in the south, 62 million population. GDP, 1.01 trillion US dollars. Chongqing, the western mall, 110 million population. GDP, 0.78 trillion US dollars. And the population for the Chongqing city is 30 million. Beijing, well, Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei, that's the important area in the north of China. 100 million population, GDP 1.17 trillion US dollar. China Import Food Mall General Plan. Well, it basically means what we have in each mall. So each mall basically will have a trade market where you can do the B2B and B2C, and also entertaining a relaxing area. That's the way how you can attract and retail people to come in. More specifically, we will have a port, custom and CIQ working on site, bonded warehouse, different types of warehouse, of course, normal temperature, cold, cooling temperature warehouse, and also business building as well. All those facilities will be owned either by us or the government. So for example, China Import Food Mall Eastern side, which is in Haining, Zhejiang province, we own everything ourselves, including CIQ's office, warehouses, trade market, and port. We own everything. But the Chongqing is different. That's owned by the government because it's located in the free trade zone in Chongqing. But anyway, each mall will have all those facilities ready for all the customers to use. Now let me just talk a little bit more about the China Import Food Mall Eastern side. Total investment about China Import Food Mall Eastern side is 250 million US dollar, covering the area 37 hectares. And as you can see from the map here, Haining is the center of the Shanghai economic zone. Within 2 hours driving distance, it covers 16 major cities. And the coverage population, 190 million. And this is the picture about the China Import Food Mall Eastern side. As you can see, the yellow part is the port. That's the port area. And when goods arrive at the port, it goes to the CIQ, China Customs CIQ, to handle with some customs clearance and pay the duties, and it goes to the inspection room to do some quarantine test, inspection test. And after that, either goes to the warehouse or goes to the trade market directly. And the red area is called a European style street. That's basically where people can find the restaurant, the cafes, and the recreation centers are there. And little blue one just next to the European style street is Convention and Exhibition Center. This is the place where we organize food exhibition, food festivals, and also trade seminars for all the companies. And the yellow one here is a business office building. This is a place where you can set up a branch office, or the logistic company, custom clearance brokers, accounting and legal services, they will stay in there. And the blue one here is called the #1 import food pavilion. And we also call it a European pavilion. So it's designed for European, and it's 100% European products only. The green one here is called #2 import food pavilion. So we also call it international pavilion. So United States, Australia, New Zealand, or Argentina. Yep. The floor plan. And each trademark has 5 floors. The first floor is for wines only. Second floor is spirits like vodka and tequila, and beverage and drinks, coffees, and beer. Third floor was snack foods. Fourth floor was for kitchen utensils, grain oil like olive oil, and seasoning. Fifth floor was for the infant, the baby product, and dairy product, milk product, and also fresh and frozen. These are the pictures for the construction situation in China Import Food Mall Eastern side at the moment. And that picture was taken in August, which is 2 months ago. And I can tell you it's much better now. Yep. This page basically tells you how we attracting people to come in. Because a lot of people was asking me how you attract people, how you guarantee there will be people visiting. And this page was 100% focusing on the retailing area. Okay. Wuzhen, China Leather Market, Qiantan Tiding Wave, those are the most famous places of interest and the views around this area. And it's between 10 to 20 kilometers, so it takes 15 to 20 minutes to drive to our place. And we will have shuttle buses among all those locations. And the things, the shuttle bus basically means we're going to bring those people, especially tourists, to come into our places because it's very close, 20 minutes drive. And as you can see, the Wuzhen one, the record was 20,000 tourists each day. Qiantan Tiding Wave, the record was 700,000 tourists for one day. And it's usually focusing in August and September. China Leather Market, this is the most important market in China. Annual visitor was around 5.8 million. And we are close to each other, and we have already discussed with each other to co-relation with each other in the future. China Import Food Mall Western side, total investment $150 million, covering the area 10 hectares. The red spot is where the China Import Food Mall is, and it's located in the Chongqing Free Trade Zone. And you can see it is surrounded by lots of malls like IKEA and outlets and metro. And the other part, on the right-hand side, all surrounded by the residential and the business office. And some of you may not have heard about Chongqing before. Chongqing is a city which supplies both foreigners and our Chinese. 30 million population, yes, that's right. But the most important thing is they have a really, really strong consumption power. They like spending. And people usually say Chongqing people have the same lifestyle as the European or United States. They work during the week, and then spend money during the weekend. So China import food on the western side will focus on the retailing. And it's 20 minutes drive from the airport. That's the layout for the western side mall. The first floor was basically business facilities like banks or financial center. Second floor was say food and fresh and frozen area. Third floor was seasoning, kitchen utensil, and some food tasting experience area. Fourth floor was a mixed area like Asian product and European product and US product. It's all mixed together, especially snack food. Fifth floor was dairy product, milk product, and health food. Sixth floor, spirits and beer, beverage and drinks. Seventh floor, restaurant and bars and entertaining area. And that's the picture of the construction site. I have to say that the western side mall, Chongqing, will open after the Zhejiang one open. However, the construction work will be done before the eastern side. It's just we spend a lot of work and effort on the eastern side first, and everybody knows that the eastern side is the richest part in China. So we would like to focus on the east first. We don't want to develop at the same time for the good or for the benefit of the clients. We would like focusing on one place first and then starting with another one. Thank you. So now, what is the first step if you want to develop China market? And I have to say a little bit another story, because I was in New York last week and attending a business conference which was held organized by US Department of Commerce. And the director of the Food and Agriculture Department had one presentation about China market, because the topic was export to Great China market. And I was so happy that in his presentation, he asked the same question to the US companies. What is the first step if you want to develop China market? And the answer was exactly the same. Present yourself. And he spent a lot of time on explaining the stories and other samples sourced by US food companies to succeed in China market. And the most important two things is the commitment to China market, and also to show yourself, to show your product, consistently come to China to look after your clients, no matter it's business clients or end user. This is just an example I would like to tell you. And as you can see, the top 10 countries have imported bottled wine by the year of 2013. France, that's the first one. Italy, the fifth one. Now, the reason why I show this comparison is because Italy actually has a longer history than France to do the wine. That's based on my opinion, my knowledge. How come they're the number one in China market? Same quality, or even better, but why are they always the number one? Well, I'm sure some of you already knew the answer, because they started China market a long time ago. It's earlier than any other countries. And the other thing is, they spend a lot of work and efforts doing the marketing campaign and the promotion to product coaching for the China market. And I can see a lot of activities, so wine tasting or trade seminars was ongoing in China market pretty much every week, coming from different regions of France to do the wine promotion. And in generally speaking, the recipe for the success of French wine is the marketing. Yes, no matter it's the company itself or the government, they spend a lot of money on this. Second thing is packaging. Well, I would say this is just a habit for Chinese people. They like nice looking product. Culture. It doesn't mean French culture is better than Italian culture or any other countries. It's just they spend a long time and work and efforts to demonstrate their culture about the wine industry. Even in some TV program, you can see French wines on the table. Okay, so let's come back to the food exhibition. Yep. So the 1.0 version of exhibition is sales center. So what is this? This is basically the functions of the food and wines exhibition some of you may attend during the last few years, like CR, and Food Hotel China, Vini Expo, or Interwine. Basic function is you can have all those things down or available for you to use or to achieve the result in those exhibitions. Showroom is everybody give you showroom to display and promoting your product. B2B, well, the reason why you go there is when you want to find a business partner. So it's B2B only. Event center, everybody has an event center. Advertising, magazine, yes, they do some of the advertising to do the marketing campaign. But most of the advertising was done inside the circle, not outside in the public. Magazine, they have a magazine whenever it finished. Food festival, yes, you can see Italian food festival in the morning and French festival in the afternoon. Trade seminars, yes, those meeting rooms are available for you to use to meet with some important customer. So these are the general basic function about the exhibition sales center you know so far. Duration 3 to 4 days. Expenses between 5,000 euro and 18,000 euro. That depends on the size of your booth and showroom. Your purpose, looking for distributor and buyers and collecting some orders. Disadvantage, and that's the most critical part, because I've talked to so many organizations, associations, and companies, and they all told me the same thing. Really hard to follow up. Your connection with the potential buyer in the event can be terminated for any reason. So that's the most difficult, because you have to go back to your own country after the show finish. You can only contact with them by the email, telephone, that's it. So what is the 2.0 version of Exhibition and Sales Center? So apart from the general function, the upgraded version also has, which is us, overall planning. So like I said before, in the very beginning, we're not talking about a one China import food mall. We're actually talking about 4, covers the whole China region. Warehouse, we have a bonded warehouse for the use and general warehouse for the use. European style street, restaurant and cafe, those entertaining area, like I said, the purpose was to try to keep the people staying here, to attract more and more retailing people to come here. In-store retail, none of the exhibition offer you a chance to do the in-store retail, but we do that. And we manage it and operate in a unified way, which means you don't have to send anyone to our place. All you have to do is just send your product to us. Chain convenience store, that's our big weapon for the retail. E-commerce, very important, and we are developing, and we will have it. Tourism shopping, that's the, in the popularity improved page I was explaining. We engage with a lot of places of interest and places which are famous surrounded by us. And also the local government. We contact with the travel agencies. We are trying to bring more and people to come. And also private cars, we will provide the subsidy for the petrol fees to attract them to come here to do the shopping. Fast channel for food, clothes, and expiry date. This is the most interesting part. Now we are, like I said, every product has a shelf life. So what if you have olive oil and there's only 2 months left? So how are you going to sell this in China? I can tell you that none of the Chinese supermarket will accept your olive oil because it has only 2 months left. We do that. And there are different channels to selling this product close to expiry date, close to shelf life. For example, university students, we have a university, several universities around us, and also charity activities, which means China Import Food Mart will buy those products from the customer directly, from the companies directly, and then we will do the charity. And also the food industry, like the manufacturing, hotel industry, they need this product as well with a huge discount. Facilities and services, we have a port available to use. Logistic, if you need help from a logistic company, we'll give a recommendation. Custom clearance, China Customs CIQ is working on site. Like we actually have the same work, like building. We work together like different levels, different floors. Accounting and legal services, if you have any inquiries, any matters, we will give a recommendation. Now, all those custom clearance brokers, accounting, legal services, logistics company were carefully selected by us And we only choose them because the reference coming from the government agency or the authorities, the relevant association. Now, those are the marketing campaign we've done so far, starting from the beginning of this year. And we didn't do it very hard. It's just the initial part, like the traditional way, advertising, newspaper and television, CCTV, and the TV and residential elevator, and also shuttle bus, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. Toll station as well. And on the other hand, we visit a lot of countries all over the world. Basically, the way we do the business, I'll do a little bit of explanation. How we do the business is we contact with government agency first. And most often foreign countries, general consulate foreign countries in China, we contact with them first because we understand that there are so many projects in China at the moment, and you absolutely have no idea which one is real, which one is good. So we engage with them first at the very beginning, invite them to come to our place to discuss further in details. Once they approve, say, this project is real, it's happening, and it will help. And then starting forwarding information back to the local food companies. And then we go to the local countries, meeting with local food companies and the government authorities to explain more in details like today. This is how we do the business. Those are the tools of the media. So we have official website, CIFM.cn. Official Weibo. Weibo is another name of Twitter, similar tools of Twitter in the United States. Some TV, yes, we just started a few months ago. And like Mr. Xuan said, a documentary film about Italian food and culture will be started very shortly. Cell phone magazines, and basically right now, we're basically just promoting ourselves and some of the marketing partners or the other partners like Costco or Costco or some government organization like CR. But in the future, this will be the tool to promote the product and the food companies. And the target you ask, who's going to read the magazine, we will send it to the Import Food Industry Association and also food and hotel industry. So those are business clients, not end user. Official WeChat, very popular too in China. Promotion activities on a regular basis, that's basically what's going to happen when we open. So we consistently organize food festivals. When I say consistently, it can be weekly. Roadshow at different cities, domestic food and wine fair. So for instance, we're going to open in October next year, right, officially. So the next year, Food Hotel China, you will see at China Import Food Mall a really, really big booth. And then we will bring the clients, product, and brochures with us to do the promoting. We're helping you find the business opportunities. International food and wear, we do attend a lot of international food fair, like Fancy Food Show in New York, CR Paris, which we are going tomorrow. So if some of you say, for example, CR Canada, I was there in March. If some of Italian companies say, hey, I want to sell my product in North America area, probably Canada. If we have a fair there, I will bring your product information, company information to there too. So these are the, what we say, a strength or advantage about China Import Food Mall. See why we are different with the others. I'm sure you heard a lot of projects in China at the moment, and these are the main differences. 5 sales channels. The first one is wholesale. It's quite easy to understand. B2B, we find importers, find a distributor, start an order slowly. E-commerce, like I said, it covers both B2B and B2C. So people can order online directly from you or from us because we operate there. And the B2B, the small distributor can find your information from the website. Discount channel, that's promotional site and charitable activities. Neighborhood and end users, schools, university, nursing home, and food manufacturers. Convenience store, self-owned and franchisee with two brands. One is self-owned, another one is franchising model. So it's based on the second and third tier cities. Retail on site is very interesting. We will have a retail area in the number 2 imported food pavilion. That's on the first floor. And it has like 5,000 square meters. So all the customer who has a shop or who has a showroom inside the China Import Food Mall, you can sell your product into our retailing area. We help you selling. And some of the promotion-wide activities can be VAT-free, which means if the Chinese customer comes in and they spend a certain amount of money, they can get it tax-free. And we will return that ourselves. This is the map of our chain convenience store at the moment, as of today. So like I said, 63 store has opened, and there's another 46 stores are going to be opened in the near future. Total 109 stores as of today, and it is still developing. CIFM in-store retail, yep, 5,000 square meters, location first floor of number 2 pavilion. Estimated visitors, 5 million. We will do that. That's our final goal. Estimated turnover, 2 billion RMB. Now those works will be done by us. And we deeply know that we will lose everything if we cannot achieve this goal. So don't worry, we will get it. And we will make it happen. CIFM's retail channels, no entrance fee, no barcode fee, no promotion fee. Now, some of you may don't understand this quite clearly because in China market, if you sell your product into the Chinese supermarket or chain convenience store, it's not that easy. This is actually the most difficult work in import food industry. Every supermarket, every chain convenience store charge you fees for the entrance fee, for the shelf fees, for the promotion fees, and you have to wait for 2 or 3 months to get your money back. Now the reason why you don't understand this, you probably don't heard about this before, it's because those works were done by Chinese importing distributors. So the go back is another question. A lot of you may not really understand what's going on the other side. So to avoid this kind of problems, and we decide that we will not charge an entrance fee, shelf life fee, or barcode fee, or promotion fee with our retail channels. This is not only helping international food companies, but also helping our Chinese imported distributors. They deeply know what that means. How to join us? Now, these are the options for the location of Italian pavilion or Italian companies. Basically, the number 1, the entire pavilion is available for all the European companies and Italian companies, no matter it's food or drinks or wines. And also, partially number 2 pavilion. Now, why is it? Because different countries have different needs or different way to do the business. For example, the Spain, the Catalonia Agriculture Department, they decided all the companies from that region wants to stay together. And because some of the companies were selling wine, some of the companies selling hamon, some of the companies selling olive oil, so which means a different category of foods. So the only thing we can do is we put them into number 2 pavilion. So they will have a Spain or Catalonia area pavilion. All the companies stick together. And based on what I heard from them, they felt like secure if they stay together. Also, most important thing, all the companies share the cost, so it's getting lower. Ways of admission. Generally speaking, there are 2 ways. One is one single Italian company, medium, large size. They can directly interact with China Import Food Mall. Another one is small to medium-sized Italian companies stick together as a group, come to the China Import Food Mall. And more specifically, some of the medium and the large Italian company may already thinking about to set up a branch office in China. Like I said, commitment to China market is very important if you want to succeed in China market. So they are ready to spend a lot of work, efforts, even money on China. So they are thinking about to set up office in China. Now, in that case, they can directly interact with us. to talk about the size of the showroom and office and the relevant things. Now, another option is if they decide not to set up office in China or register company, sometimes it is very complicated for you to do that. And they just simply want to have a showroom and start a business another way. In that case, we can recommend you or Italian or a Chinese company. But no matter it's Chinese company or Italian company, that company was owned by Italian. So you feel comfortable and easier to communicate with each other. Because a lot of Italian companies have a branch office or register new company in China, and their main job is to help an Italian food company develop in China market. And they can pretty much look after you and cover all the paperwork from the China side. And the Italian group registration is pretty much the same with a single company. So they either organize a group and come to CIFM directly, or you come to us along with the help of Italian or Chinese consulting company. And that's just the rent. Well, we have to discuss this part. The first floor is 150,000 RMB a year per 32 square meters. Second floor, 120,000 RMB. Third floor, 100,000 RMB. Fourth floor, 90,000 RMB. Fifth floor, 80,000 RMB. And the payment term is 6 months, 1 year, or 3 years. Now I have to explain a little bit more. When I say 6 months, it means the minimum term is 6 months. So you're going to stay here doing business for 6 months. Then you can decide whether you want to continue or not. 3 years, it means we will fix the price of the rent for 3 years. So it will not go up or decrease within 3 years' time. We will be fixed for 3 years. Now here's the example of the some budget, roughly estimated budget about a company who's going to do the business with us. The maximum annual rent, like I said previously, was 150,000 RMB. So that's equal like 18,000 euro per year with the 32 square meters. And the estimated employment, so you need a shop assistant to looking after your product and also taking care of all the business transactions between us and yourself. The employment cost is like 6,000 euro a year. Estimated renovation cost. Renovation is more like a decoration. You need to design your shop, your own layout. You can design whatever you want to look like. So that's roughly about 8,000 as a one-off payment to design your area. And total investment roughly 32,000 euro a year. Return. Now this is very interesting. So what is the return? This is the return that I can tell you right now, because we understand this is a new project and we would like to share the risk with you. Why that? Okay, and how does it work? Basically, China Import Food Mall will receive tax incentives from the government. That's definitely for sure. That's what we call support from the government. So we will receive tax incentives from the government. And also, subsidiary, that's coming from ourselves. So which means, if you paid 18,000 euro a year for your shop, and in the end of the year, you're telling me, Jay, my business is not going well. My profit is only 6,000 euro. So I mean lost 12,000 euro. Now what I will do is I will return half of the rent back to you, which means I will return 9,000 back to you to make like 15,000 euro. That's the maximum I can do, half of the rent. However, if you say I mean lost 6,000 euro, my profit is 12,000 euro, what I'll do is I'll give you the 6,000 euro to cover, to make it even. So that's what we call tax incentive and subsidiary from the CIFM. That's something we can do to help you and share the risk. And there's only one condition. That is, you have to participate with the retail channels. CIFM is the retail channels. And in fact, we encourage you to participate with our retail channels. We believe we can help you selling. Example B, well, it's pretty much the same. The difference is 3 companies share one shop. 3 companies share 132 square meters. So the total invest for each company is about 10,700. And the return according to the rent you pay, half of the rent, which maximum 3,000 euro. That's something we will return to you for each company. All right, so this is the things that CIFM can do before we open, because we deeply understand that we officially start in October next year. And this is not just from one single client. It's actually coming from a lot of clients all over the world. What can you do for me before you open? Here are the things that we can do before we open, once you confirm to join us. Reservation of your location, of your shop, absolutely, we do that for you. Free exhibition of Italian product inside the China Import Food Mall, because we have a convention and exhibition center, and this building will be ready to use next month, November. So you can start displaying and promoting your product inside of exhibition center. Free advertising for Italian product via CIM's media channels, like use our website, our magazines, and also the Weibo, WeChat. We can start promoting your brand as soon as possible. Business match meeting, yes, we can do that. Once you confirm, we will do a particular business match meeting, a trade seminar for you. The way we do that will be like all the wineries meeting with wine importers, snack food meeting with snack food importers, milk product matching with milk importers. This is something we can do before we open. Assist with the recruitment of Chinese distributor. That's basically the outcome for the business match meeting. Yes, we can do that. Assisting with connecting customs clearance brokers. Now, some of the Italian companies may already start a business with the China market. So in case you have some problems and issues about customs clearance, especially labeling, let us know. We'll help you. Assist with preparation of setting up showroom and all other necessary requirement and paperwork. Yeah, sure, this is our obligation. Yeah, we will do that for you. Those are the things that we can do before we officially start. And we want to help you as soon as we can. What are the things that we will do after we open? Use of bonded and general warehouse services with discounted prices. Now, also logistics services with discount prices. The port, the warehouse are open in public. So which means all the companies in this area, no matter you're exporter or importer, you can use our facility, warehouses in the port. However, for all the clients inside the China Import Food Mall, you have a discounted price, and it's a huge discount. Yeah. Trade seminars, we'll continue to do trade seminar for you. E-commerce retail channel. Now, both e-commerce and in-store retail channels, these two channels, basically, just like I said, all the food companies who's doing business inside China Import Food Mall, you are free to use these two channels. Everybody can sell products through these two channels. Fast channel of selling product which are close expiry date, yes, those channels are free to use too, all the companies. Now, the only thing I want to talk about is the chain convenience store. I put, say, priority of using the selling product into China Import Food Mall's chain convenience store. Why is that? Because the chain convenience store, whoever wants to use this channel, have to show us your product has some popularity, had some result, have some feedback from the China market, which means, according to the sales report or analysis report from the in-store e-commerce and fast channel, well, no, maybe not, but the major labels in-store retail and e-commerce, we will find out the ranking for each food categories: milk product, wine product, olive oil product. If you are in the top ranking, obviously your product will automatically go in the chain convenience store. If not, let's talk. Sorry, on the right-hand side, also a brand promotion for the Italian pavilion. Now, this is basically, it means we're not only just promoting a single company or single product, we also promote the company or the organization who's organized this pavilion, who's helping you all entering. So we help everybody to do a brand promotion. And some of you might go to overseas, attending the food fair, and you see ITA, Italian Trade Agency. So this organization may help you organize a lot of things. Just an example. So what we can do in the future is we're not only just helping the Italian food company to do the promotion, but we're also helping the pavilion organizer to do the promotion in China as well. And not only just the food sector, but also other business sector, which we are good at particularly. Advertising for company's product, yeah, definitely. Registration of Chinese company, well, I have to admit that it is complicated, but in case you are interested, we will have someone to help you. Recruiting employees for operation and management of the showroom, yes, we can do that for you, and it's free of charge. Accounting and legal services, you need help, we give a recommendation. And there's no consulting or agent fee at all, no. Now this is the time schedule for the whole project. So we're starting groundbreaking in 2013. In 2014, which is this year, currently is under construction. And so we can start a reservation of the showroom, the shop from, we started from May this year, start a reservation of the showroom pavilion shop. And also the exhibition center will be available to use from November, which is next month. And the beginning of the 2015, which is around February and March, the whole lot of construction work will be done for the China import food on the eastern side. And then all the companies can start into the preparation once they sign the formal contract. Now in our formal contract, we state that for either 5 or 6 months before we open, which is May or April, that's the time we officially sign the contract and hand over all the shops to you. So you can start in preparation, samples on decoration or recruitment of an employee. The last one is officially open in October 2015. And the China import food mall western side, we are open in the beginning of 2016. These are the steps, the general process and steps that we work together. The first thing is we meet with each other, knowing you and you knowing me, and we understand your product, understand your company, understand your goal or your difficulties and advantage and disadvantage. We understand each other first, understand the product first, and then we can discuss the business plan and we let you know what we can do for you in the future. And then an analysis of the way of admission, how to make you to come in the easiest way, which is the easiest way that you come to do the business in China. And the possible solutions that, like I said, what we can do for you in the future. Is this what you want? Or if you have a different requirement, let us know, and we'll let you know whether we can do this or not. So that's the first stage. Second stage is a letter of intent. So basically, if you're interested, you say, hey, I want to try, I would like to go. Yes, you sign a letter of intent. Basically, just choose the location you want to stay, do we want to do the business. We also call the reservation of your shop, a showroom. And the last step is the formalized contract. And CIFM will help you make the operative conditions in China. Permits, visa inquiries, authorization letters, and make the operative condition in your country, decorate and set up the showroom and shops. So the final contract will be starting from April next year. Again, CIFM can assist with you finishing all those processes. Please feel free to ask. That's it. Thank you very much.